Hello again, my name is Kevin and this is Real Boring Flips. And I wanted to share with you just my adventures where I did something that I haven't done in over a month. I went to my local Goodwill. Now I do go to another Goodwill that's next in the town next over because it's on the way between my work and home. But my hometown Goodwill has been, I would say, pretty terrible as far as the the items to source and the prices. They've really jacked the prices up on things like DVDs. Like a regular DVD at my local Goodwill is now $4.99, and Blu-rays are $5.99 or $7.99 depending. At the Goodwill that I do go to regularly, they're $2.99. So anyway, I went. Was not really planning to go, but I was dropping off packages at my post office and also at the UPS store. So just make a giant loop and started at Goodwill. Not expecting really to find anything, but I wanted to see what the store looked like. They've moved things around and all the toys are just piled up on two shelves. Can't really find anything. I used to source toys pretty regularly there. And now it's such a mess you can't really see anything. Same with the electronics. It's just piled on piled and piled. So finding things is a bit more challenging, takes more time, not really worth it. They did have a $1.99 price yesterday, so I was on the lookout for, I think it was yellow tag items. But I was pleasantly surprised because the very first thing I saw when I walked in was this iOmega USB Zip 250 drive. And if you can see that, it's $3.99 and came with a disc. Now I've sold these over and over again. These I typically sell in the $60 to $80 range, assuming they're working. I did test this one with this disc and was able to read this disc to my computer. I had a couple other discs that I put in and it wouldn't read those. So I'm not sure if it was something to do with those other discs or not. I do have some 250 discs that I'm going to try just to confirm that it is working correctly before I list this. So that was a really nice find. I mean, right out in the open. Not sure how many people saw it. In fact, according to the price, this was put out on July 2nd. So I don't know how it lasted. As I looked around, I typically look at like the stereo components, look through the toys, look through the kitchen aisle, just trying to find anything that is kind of in my wheelhouse of things to resell. And that's changed over time. So I'm always trying different things. But from the back, from the aisle next to the electronics aisle, I could see the back of this box and was curious what it was. So I went around, picked it up and scanned it in, and I was really shocked to see that this 3D video wizard was selling, $75 or more. It turned out this one is actually, even though there's some damage to the box, it's brand new inside, was still sealed. And apparently what this does is they actually have some best, good, and not recommended. You hook this up to your DVD player and your regular TV, and it's supposed to produce a 3D image that you can then use the glasses in here. This is like the old school 3D movie theater glasses, the red-blue colors, I think it is. So obviously I haven't tried this, but I'm curious about it. But it has good comps, so I'm interested to see how this does. I paid $10 for this. What was weird is when I saw this, I thought, I know I just saw something like this. I just saw glasses or something that went to this. And I thought maybe I just imagined it. So I walked around the store several times before I finally came upon this package that I had seen this side of it. And it just said 3D and they were glasses. So it turns out this is just two pair of the glasses that also work with this device. Now, tell me if your Goodwill does this. This had this tape around it. I actually removed the tape, but this tape, I'm sure when it was donated, this was taped on here because it even had parts of the box paper attached to these glasses. Someone donated this. Goodwill took this off, priced this at $10 and this at $4. So, you know, it's still worth it. I think, you know, I might be able to sell these separate from this because it looked like there were some of these units that were missing the glasses. So, still a good find. I was pleasantly surprised. When I got home after that trip, after dropping off packages, I had a return waiting for me. And this one really distressed me because any return does, but it really bugged me because it was for a small Canon PowerShot digital camera. I just got this at a rummage sale, and it was actually inside something else that I got, so it was a surprise item. This is a PowerShot SD450, which is not the, I mean, it's not as good of camera as the ones I've typically sold, but I had, after I got home, I realized in another box I had come home with the charger for it. So I had the charger, I had the camera, I had the battery, and it all worked. Took some shots, listed it, it sold immediately for $130. As soon as the buyer got it, he said, there's something wrong with this. So as it turns out, there's a crack on the view screen here. I didn't notice it because when I took the pictures in my light box, where this crack was, it actually lined right up with the inside bottom corner of my light box. So I didn't even notice it as a crack. I thought it was the light box. The other thing is, even more confounding, is the pictures are a little blurry. Even though when you take the picture, it's very clear as you hit the hold the focus button, the pictures turn out blurry. And I cannot figure out what's causing that, because I've cleaned every sensor on here. That all looks good. So I'm not sure, but I may end up just trying to sell this as broken parts. I didn't get it with this case. Anytime I get cameras or lots of stuff like that, if I'm not selling the camera case, I just put it in a box, and so I've got a whole box of camera cases over there. And so this one just worked for that. So I did get it back and refunded the buyer, which is super disappointing because I've been really hot with cameras lately. So that's a return. I actually have been hit with several returns recently. One, I ended up just giving a refund. The buyer actually suggested that, and I agreed after seeing the photos. So lesson to me, do a little bit extra care in checking things out. You know, I probably could have found the problem with this camera if I'd just looked a little bit closer at the images and the quality of the images. But you learn, I guess you live and learn. So anyway, thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe. I'm building this channel fresh. I'm only a few videos in. So any comments or any suggestions that you can provide, I would appreciate that. So thank you again. See you next time.